All right, with this WESH2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Mainolfi. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday night. We're almost at hump day here now, and I tell you what, we had a lot of heat out there, but the big developing story, once again, is the tropics. Things are heating on up. Not one now, but two systems out there that we're going to have to watch here over the next 7 to 10 days. Denny Smith is in the house. Good to have you there, Denny. Let's go ahead and switch this on over. So that you can see both those features right there. That 30% is on now. Invest 95. Invest 95. Potential tropical cyclone 6. Still struggling out there, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that. Scott, Markle Martin, good to have you there. Jennifer Nancy, Denny Smith. Mason, good to have you in here for the weather party. Pull up a chair. Have some fun. Michelle Attardi, Lori. Suratsky, Mary Evans, Carla Dean, Dominique Evermond, Mike Sarju, John Yabubaski, Diane Cormier, Kilo Ikaimun, Kitty Shaka Khan, Mary Evans, thank you for the kind words. Peter Curtis and Aaron Craycraft and Michelle Zonner up there in Eustis. Got teased with the little drizzles today. Says Nikki Ramirez, Jojo Vaughn. You're good to go. Hang in there, kiddo. Renee Piazza, Phil Short, and Brittany Fischetti. The fish is back in the house. Good to have you there. Brittany, you guys know my motto. Sharing is caring. The more people we can reach by you guys sharing these Facebook Live feeds, the more followers we can get, the more people we can put in the weather know. And that's pretty much what we want to do, is keep everybody apprised of the situation. Teresa, Juliet, and John Colmer, good to have you guys. All right, lots of shout-outs already, so let's get this puppy a-rocking and a-rolling. So there's Invest 95, there's San Juan. We're going to talk more about what's going on with potential tropical cyclone 6. This is the 8 o'clock intermediate advisory. Literally came down minutes ago. Justin Godwin, Oriel, Diaz, Sheila Harris, Jillian, Beverly, and Brian, and Jennifer and Nancy. It's not. Corey, it's, you know what, and I'm good with that. I had a good burst there earlier. But we do think some drier air is getting in on that. We'll take a look at that here. So there's the feature, maybe becoming a tropical storm at landfall over Haiti Wednesday afternoon. And then from there, if there is a circulation still there, it would meander along the northern coast there of Cuba. And as it were to drive northwestward into the Gulf of Mexico, keep where there's have an opportunity to try and strengthen. But I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. Danny, that's not nice. Lisa GV, Joyce Brown Long, Oriel, Aurelia Diaz, good to have you there. Terlin Tootle has popped in as well. So there's the storm. And then when you look at this puppy, look at that dry air just eating at the western side. Now, the center right in here is hanging tough, and there seems to be some good outflow on top, but that dry air today did a number on this storm. When you take a look at the storm system itself, pretty compact. You can see the rain bands over Puerto Rico as it continues to move off towards the north and the west. Now I did want to show you where this cone is going to be this weekend. The model trends have been just slightly to the west today, not by a lot, but just enough that, if that trend were to continue, the cone may shift more towards the west. So we get the new computer model runs here in about an hour. So we'll keep you posted on that. Have that for you tonight at 10 and 11. Anguilla, Vinesh Nareen, good to have you from Anguilla. Linda Trank, Danielle McGinnis, good group in here. So Recon is now currently in here. They're just getting back in there, and they're surveying the area. You see the wind, 36 miles an hour. Pressure's kind of high though, 1,014 millibars. So they'll fly around on there, continue to sample that environment, send that data back, and help us out with the overnight model runs. And you can see this puppy is it's humming along there. 8 o'clock advisory says more towards the west, not the west-northwest, with winds right around 40 miles an hour, right around 40, just almost at tropical storm strength there. So that's one of the things that we will continue to watch. Fred is not Fred yet, Joanne, but it's on the verge. It is on the verge. So there you go. let's see here. Just south of Puerto Rico right now. It's going to be likely to become a tropical storm tonight, even though it looks like it may have been struggling here the last half hour. Justin Walker, Vicky, good to have you there. Donna, good to have you there. Vicky Hill, a lot of Vickies in the house. There's the satellite presentation, and you can see little subsidence there, and now it's trying to make a comeback. A little flare-up of the storms there the last half hour or so. And remember now, we do have tropical storm watches and warnings up for Haiti, the Dominican Republic, San Juan, and the Southeast Bahamas, just FYI. Erica Roman has popped in. Vicky Hill, Terry Lottie. Lisa GV has popped in. So let's take a look at the models here. Very good agreement over the Dominican Republic, northern tip there of Haiti, then just north of Cuba, and most of the models are southwest Florida to the northeastern Gulf of Mexico as of this afternoon. So it'll be interesting to see what the evening runs do, if they continue that slight jog to the west or if they reverse course and come back to the east. Hey Angie, Sammy Joy, Janice D'Alessandro, Michelle Zahner, Lee Ann McDonald, all in the house. Great group in here tonight. Appreciate you guys. Michelle, it may move more. Yes, it could. It certainly has a chance. And remember, the longer it's over the Gulf, the greater the risk there is for this to potentially strengthen. And one of the models is, two of the models are doing that. The H-Wharf and one of our other models is doing that. Yes, doing that. Nikki Ramirez, nice. Jessica Greenfield, Donna Santa Maria, almost. It could be a Gulf storm. Yes, we'll have to wait and see. We don't want to write it off yet. We're all Florida in the cone here. In fact, one of the things I like to do is show the cone with all the model guidance, and you can clearly see what's going on. Very good model agreement. Here, there's a little bit of divergence there at the end, but overall, really, that's pretty good agreement 5 days out, just FYI. There you go. Luciano, Cindy, don't panic, Natalie. We're not expecting a hurricane as of right now, as we just mentioned. So the timeline looks like this. Tonight, could have a tropical storm, Fred. Wednesday through Friday moves near Hispaniola and Cuba. And then this weekend, we would get our impacts. Now, let us talk about those impacts. One of the things I was showing tonight at 5 and 6 was what we're watching. Okay, there's the Bermuda high and there's an upper low. So as the upper low gets forced south and west by the Bermuda high, our storm system is going to sneak on in. And the question is, with the upper low, will there be enough shear to keep what is going to be Fred, from really strengthening? Or is the high going to get even stronger and continue to push this storm more towards the northern Gulf and a little bit further away from Florida? Those are the things we're going to be watching over the next 3 to 5 days. Now, when you take a look at the forecast here, you take the clouds, you take the moisture. Again, this is based on the European solution, which is kind of in the middle of all the guidance. But look where the deepest and most significant rains are, right along the immediate west coast. Now, there's going to be rain through the interior, but if the European computer model is correct, then the heaviest of the rain would fall along the west coast and into the Gulf of Mexico and the Florida Panhandle. Now, the GFS, on the other hand, is saying, wait a second, we'd like a track that's more over the Florida Peninsula, and in that scenario, that means more rain to the tune of 3 to 6 inches, potentially. So big differences between the two models. Euro's a little bit more to the west, GFS is over central Florida. Because of that, that's the deviation in the models. Now, when you take a look at the Weather Prediction Center, this is their rainfall forecast. That right there is more in line with the European computer model. So Isn't that Nancy? Pretty close. Elsa is what you're talking about. Yes. Kiloe, thank you for sharing. Jessica Greenfield, you guys are like elephants. You have good memories. I meant that as a compliment. So look at that. You guys are killing it. Proud of you. Now, a couple more data sets here for you. Let me show you. Deborah should be good. I don't think this storm will be here by then. But there's a look there at the satellite imagery. And then some of the more recent wind gusts, 25, 35 miles an hour. Nothing too crazy so far. So that's some good news there. Now, there are a lot of mountains here. This is one of the things we're going to have to watch. Adam Parks. It does need W40. Elephants. Sarah Dudley's in the house. Adam Parks, good to have you there. Yeah, there you go. So there's Pico San Juan, Pico Duarte, Jeanette Nesbitt, Helene Risch, good to have you there, and Sarah. Hope you're staying out of trouble there. I better go buy some snacks. Danny, I bet you were a troublemaker in the household growing up there. Philip Smith, but there's always one in every household. You know how it is. So there you go. Highest peaks, Central and Western Hispaniola. There you go. So this one might be going right over there. Mike Sarju, thank you, sir. Appreciate your kind words there. Your gestures. Jeanette Luke Skywalker, good to have you there. I want to email you a picture they took. Okay, email it to me, Jeanette. Here's my email address, by the way, for anybody who needs to send me pictures. Mainolfi at Hearst.com. Boom, for emails. 48, Helene, happy birthday. Mary Ellen, I'm having a good evening. Yes, thank you for asking. So here's a look at, based on the 5 o'clock advisory, the likelihood or chance for tropical storm force winds. And notice it's 5%. That's awfully low. Let's see here. Here we go. Colleen Audette. Irma was a little stronger. Better grab the ring. There you go. Suey Sue. Vicky Hill, Donna Ward, Helene Risch, Cindy Henson, Knierim. Happy birthday, fellow Leos. Yeah. Kurt is in the house, by the way, working on some stuff here too, Sarah. Justin Walker from Fort Myers is in the house. Vicky Hill. Juan Melendez. Look at that group there. So again, that's what we have when it comes to the chance for tropical storm force winds. Very low. Helene Risch, Sharon Leomo, getting ready for this weekend. You got it. Crystal Reiner, Nano Yan. Way too early to make any distinct observations on that just yet. But look, anything down there we're going to watch. Orlando Pride home game Saturday night. Patty, that one could be wet. We're going to be watching. We'll keep you posted. But if the trend does go a little bit more to the west, then we may luck out. Sarah, I will. Deborah Intagliato, happy birthday. Terry Lotti, Vicky Hill. Awilda Corchado, good to have you there. Daniel Owens, so my vacation this weekend in Panama City. That could be an issue, possibly. Cindy Henson, thank you. Sammy Joy, Juan Melendez. So that's a look at the water vapor channel. Now, somebody wanted to know what the water temperatures look like in this part of the globe. They're warm, 83, 85 degrees. The wave action, Jane Garrison, Sue Ellen Pistorius. Good to have you fine young folks in here. Sue Ellen, Miss Pennsylvania. Joyce, think of the water as the fuel for the storms. Happy 19th birthday to your son, Mary. The warmer the water, the greater the fuel content. So when you go to the pumps to get gas, you have 89, 91, 92, 93, something like that, different grades of gas. Well, the warmer the water, the better the grade of fuel, so to speak, for our tropical systems to feed off on that. There's your wave action, 3 to 5 foot waves there in the Eastern Caribbean. Now, I do want to show you what the GFS is doing. So the GFS comes over central Florida, brings us a much greater risk for heavy rainfall. The European computer model, go Rays, says Vicky. Kevin Alexander, and Dexler, excuse me. Thomas McHoward. Thomas, we will know at 9 o'clock whether they're shifting back to the east or staying steady. Bill Sawyers, good to have you. Helene, if it slows down over the Gulf of Mexico, there is that chance. So yes, we don't want to let our guard down. Maribel Mojica Rodriguez, good to have you there. Here's the Euro. It shoots just a little bit more towards the west. Goes by Tampa Bay, on into the Big Bend, and then lifts north and east. So yes, something we're going to be watching. There you go. Joe Paradiso. Joe, hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope the family's doing well. Hope your work is good. Hey, did you get on with the New York Giants yet? What's up with that, my friend? Talk to me, Goose. And tell Dad I said hi. Hope you're staying out of trouble there, big dog. Always good to talk to family. All right, side by side, Euro and GFS. There you go. Julia Cormier, good to have you there. Thomas McHoward, yep, Eric does a nice job. There's the Euro, and then there's the GFS. Hugging the West Coast. Bonnie, see what I can do for you. Remember, I don't control the weather, I just describe the weather. Excellent news, Joe. Full capacity season. Yeah, let's hope Cyclone and some of our new weapons can help us out. I'm still worried, Joe, about that offensive line, though. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll see. I'm off like a... Michelle Zahner, you take care. Thank you for that analogy. 10th grade today. She's a crewmie. How about that? Aline Resch, excellent. Fred Flintstone, stay away from Florida. You guys are just busting out all the nicknames. I love it. So there it is. 7-day forecast. Looking like this, shaking out like this. You can see hot and dry for the most part Wednesday and Thursday. Jules McKissick Curtin has popped in. I like the way you think, Juan. We do, Thomas. We talked about that as well at the top. I'll go over that here in a second. Beverly, he does a good job. If I'm working this weekend, yes. Even if I'm not working, I'm always going to be posting stuff, especially when a storm is nearing central Florida. So yes, there's your 7-day. Tracking the tropics this weekend. Rain chances go up. Temperatures begin to come back down. Now, let's go back to the cone again, as some folks have just popped in, as I'm seeing this. And then there's 95. So Invest 95. Don't have too many models running on this just yet, but as soon as we get them, we're going to pass them along to you. Beverly, Deborah, Helene, Mary, Thomas McHoward. You and she do a face like that. Thomas, look at you. Charlie's in the house. Cindy Henson, Kieran. Knierim. It's Knierim. There you go. Moving on towards the west-northwest. There it is. All right. So that's 95L there, yellow X, and where it could be headed. Oh. And here's the cone. Orange City's in the house. Thomas, we have. We don't do it very often because our schedules are different, but good call. But don't worry, my parched flowers. Melinda, when it gets hot, they need the water. Lake Wales, Lisa Cervantes has popped in. Lily, good to have you there. So this may become a tropical storm briefly before it reaches Hispaniola, late tonight or tomorrow morning. Vicky Hill, you take care. As always, thank you. And if you haven't followed the page yet, go ahead and do so. We'll keep you posted on things with updates, and every time I go live, by following it and liking it, you'll get a little notification that I'm jumping on and giving you all the updates. So there you go. So there's tropical cyclone, potential tropical cyclone 6. Here's a look at the cone up close. As you can see, oops, cone up close looking like that. Booyah! Now rain for tomorrow, mainly. There'll be a few showers, but they won't last very long. Travis, yes, it's going to be active here for a while now. Coming up, September 10th, about a month from today, is the peak of hurricane season. So the next 4 to 8 weeks are definitely going to be busy as we track these waves coming off the coast of Africa. Yeah. There we go. So there's major heat wave. We got storms too. So a little bit of everything. All right, models again today have just nudged slightly more towards the west, from Fort Myers to the Big Bend area. We'll be getting new updates here in probably in about 45 minutes time. But the models are clearly in the center of the cone. So that's what we call pretty good agreement right there. Italianism. Dominique. There you go. It's not called a depression yet, Brian, because we don't have a closed center of circulation. The hurricane hunters are in there right now, and in fact, let me go back to that graphic here. Give me 1 second. Recon. Here's the recon plane. I'm a Disney freak. Says Kevin. Nice. All right, so here's where it's at. Basically flying around Puerto Rico. Beverly, it very well may be doing that. Absolutely, it's a good point there. So there it is. Hurricanes are in there. Finding winds just above the 40-mile-an-hour mark there, now in the northeast quadrant. So could be getting closer to that tropical storm Fred. Again, the next advisory comes down at 11 o'clock, so FYI. And there are 1 or 2 models that do want to develop this into a strong tropical storm or hurricane. In fact, the official forecast has it as a 60-mile-an-hour strong tropical storm by Sunday as it's passing by Tampa Bay, just FYI. So we'll continue to watch it, see where this thing heads, where it goes, and that's all we can do. All right, gang, I'm going to wrap it up for now, and I'll be back at 10 with the new model tracks, and then at 11 with the new cone from the National Hurricane Center. You guys have a great night, and we'll be back on Facebook Live every night this week at 8 p.m. And then, of course, tonight at 10 on the CW18. New models, 11, new cone. See you guys tonight. Take care, stay safe, and just keep checking back in, and we'll give you the information on this potential storm here day by day. All right, gang. See you.